Hello humans, this is Random Guy and welcome to the Random Channel. Today we're going to be doing something a tad bit different. I recently made a video about how I don't like, what is that show called? A magical index, whatever it's called, certain magical index, right? So yeah, that show I'm not a big fan of. That I made a video like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm watching a lot of anime anyway, so might as well, review a few of them. So I recently watched this anime called OniAi. It's not exactly fresh in my mind considering I watched it like 2 weeks ago, but still I watched it and I wrote down certain things while I was watching it. So I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of what the show is like. So basically the story, the summary of the show would be like something like a dude and his younger sister, when they were around 10 years of age, their parents died. So they decided to, they got separated. They got sent to separate foster homes. And when they were 16, they came back to the same place, living in a rented out house or something like that that was provided to them or something. And they lived there with a bunch of other girls that also lived there, and then they earn and then they live their everyday normal high school life, that sort of typical sort of thing, right? Now and obviously the younger this time the younger sister is like in love with the older brother, but the older brother is not okay with such an incestuous relationship. Like he's not interested in that even in the slightest bit. So what happens in the show? So here's the pros and cons of the show that I personally found is that first of all, the main character is quite level-headed. That's one of the main things that I personally found in the show is that the main character doesn't get um, how should I put this? The main character doesn't freak out and get flustered every 2 seconds. That's something that I personally found as to be, a very good thing. Because various show does this. Like if a dude is sitting down, a girl approaches him a little bit, in a sexual manner, and he immediately gets flustered, runs away, falls down, or like anything else happens, and then he immediately freaked out and he's talking to randomly. So he maintains a cool demeanor, and which is something that I can certainly appreciate in the MC, which is, as I said, normally not seen. Next thing is the show has cute girls, which you would think that every show would have them, but no, I've certainly seen shows that I wouldn't say the girls were cute or appealing. I wouldn't say this show either has like extraordinarily specific girls that I would like remember. I honestly barely remember their faces as it is. So it's not that they're rememberable or they're unique. They're just cute. So that's all I can give to the girls in this show. Because like it's not like Overlord where I remember Albedo or like Shaltier Blood Fallen. Those characters are memorable. You can remember them. Someone even like simplistic like Chi Chi or Bulma, you can still remember them from Dragon Ball series. But these girls just are cute, and they're certainly unique in their own aspect, as in they have their own personality traits that are separating them, which I kind of like, which is like a little bit of variation. They're not similar to each other, not much I can say. So there's that. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention the main character, as I said, is not interested in incest, which means whenever his sister says something, let's have sex or something like that, he just says no. He's not like, oh, what the fuck are you saying, or back out and all that bullshit. He's just like, no, I don't want to have sex with my sister, which I don't really appreciate considering incest is incest. But it's his opinion, whatever you want to do. Other thing is that the girls are nicely variated. It's not like just like the main character is like 17, so every single girl would be like, well, technically I think the main character is 16, right? So like the main character is 16, every girl is like 16, 15, 17, like that. That's not the case. The youngest girl is 12 years old, and the oldest one is 24 years old. Um, Another thing this show did differently was that one of the girls that the MC has around him is actually not a virgin, as far as I can tell, because she says multiple times over that she's been having sex here and there, but you can never really trust certain characters what they say, but maybe more than, I mean, the show at least is portraying it like that she is not a virgin, which is a big thing because in these type of harem shows, generally the girl that is the love interest of the MC is is a virgin along with every single other harem included girl, except for the fact like if the girl is just like absurdly separated, like let's say it's a teacher or something who's like 25, 26, then and like usually in those situations they're not a virgin usually. So and that sort of different thing, but a girl around the age of the main character who is also not a virgin who's interested in the main character is generally not seen, mainly because of the concept of virginity is different around the eastern part of the world compared to the western part of the world. In like Europe and USA, it's not that big of a deal to not be a virgin up till a certain age and such like that. I mean, people generally around there would be having sex around 15, 16 years old, 17. But around here, like India and going even more towards the West, like Japan and other such countries, virginity is like held as some sort of like championship trophy or something. I'm not really sure why, but especially in girls, boys, whatever, but in girls specifically, the presence of hymen is considered a very good thing, which I don't know why is that the case, but it's like some sort of like it's purity and like she's not having sex here and there. It's just a cultural difference, it's a mindset difference. So that's why I usually don't see the main characters, harem chicks who are actually not a virgin, but that's also around his age. Obviously, there are some shows that goes ridiculously into this, like High School DxD. I still don't know if Akeno is a virgin. I mean, they don't show it in the least bit as she's a virgin, but considering the type of show it is, I wouldn't be amazed if Issei has sex next time with her in the next season and they go like, oh, she's a virgin. So I wouldn't be amazed by that. But yeah, that sort of thing, they left it ambiguous at least, like Mark and Key, which I'm going to be reviewing in a little while or something. That show has this teacher who's like 30 or like 28, 30 at least, as far as I can tell. She's like 25 to 30 years old and she's a virgin and she's like a banging heart and like she's just beautiful, and you're like, what, how the fuck is she a virgin? And that's something like that does not make sense. But the show just tries to push it that way, which is like which is ridiculous. And this one of the girls is not a virgin as far as we know, so that is certainly a different change of pace. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, one of the cliches in this show are not overused. One of the major cliches is that the main character walks in on a girl who's like naked or half naked, or like if he falls and does something perverted to a girl, the lucky fall, lucky pervert fall, where he falls like just takes off panties and uh, jump on like tits and shit. That sort of thing they do in anime, and the girl like slaps him and then he goes into the stratosphere. That sort of thing is like very it's not used all that often. It's still used in the show, but it's not overused in this show. There are a lot of shows that use that again and again, and it's like it's not funny the first time because I've seen this so many fucking times. So many of the shows that use it again and again just starts to piss me off. This one had that same thing as well, but it didn't overuse it. It just used it once, twice, thrice, but that's it. I didn't expect a plot twist in this show, considering the type of show it is. But the second last episode, it certainly had like a nice twist to it compared to the happy-go-lucky story as it was going. So yeah, you gotta keep that in mind that there's a little of plot twist, which I personally like the twist. I mean, I thought if they're doing a plot twist, I mean, when I started seeing it, some sort of difference compared to other episode in the last two episodes, I was like, if they're going for plot twist, they're probably going to go for something dark or something which is going to make the audience go like, oh my god, that can't be it. But there's nothing really dark in the end. It was just a bit of different, which the plot twist I personally really liked. Also, the plot twist also changed certain thing because the from what we could see throughout the entire anime is that the goal of the main character is to live a normal, happy, satisfactory life with his um, his sister and whatever with the other girls as well, and just live high school life and earn and whatever, live a comfortable life. That's what I thought the goal of the main character was, which even after the twist ending is kind of the same, but at the same time there's like a slight difference to it as to why the main character isn't doing a certain something, or why the main character is hiding a certain thing, which I'm not gonna tell you guys about. Obviously, you can watch it yourself. But yeah, the plot twist ending certainly gave it, higher points, and I wouldn't mind a second season of it. I don't want it to drag, so I don't want the second season because they wanted to shove more stupid ecchi scenes in the show, which they're not even that ecchi. It's not the ecchi levels are fairly low in the show, so it's like more of a just a harem show, I guess. I don't remember there being a ecchi tag actually. I mean, it's kind of ecchi. It's nothing too major. It's nothing like High School DxD or Mark and Key levels of ecchi. It's nothing super major, but it's decent. It's decent. I liked it. Yeah, it was cute and shit. So I would like a second season actually. One of the problems that I have with the show, the cons of this show, where the main character avoids sexual stuff. He over the top avoids sexual stuff. Like he sees anything sexual and he just dodges that shit like completely. Like, and I can understand if he is not into incest, so he's like not when his sister asks for sex, he just like says no. But other than that, he just, I don't know why, but he tends to like avoid sex. I don't know if he's like one of those guys that's like, I can only have sex with someone I love or something bullshit like that. So yeah, there's that. Like there's literally a girl that the girl I said that's not a virgin. She literally grabs him, puts him in a isolated room, then tries to have sex with him, and he's just like trying to escape. Like it's like she's trying to cut his dick off, or it's like he's a male praying mantis, and she will eat his head off after having sex or something. I don't know what is the reason, but he just avoids anything sexual, like with like it's like determination. On honestly, it does not look like this is normal escaping levels of trying to get out of situations. It's like determination on not wanting to have sex type shit. I don't understand what's that about. As far as I remember, since I watched the show like 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember everything exactly. But as far as I can tell, there's no kiss scene in the show. There's not even like a singular kiss, which is ridiculous considering like a show as shitty as Infinite Stratos had a kissing scene. So a show like that can have a kissing scene, but this show, something like this, cannot have a kissing scene, which like makes no fucking sense to me. So yeah, I would like. I mean, they could have put a kissing scene. I mean, if they don't want to make another season, I would certainly appreciate like an OVA or something, OVA or two, where they just like kiss a little bit. Like I don't even like come close to expecting from the show to actually have a sex scene, but I would appreciate if they put like a intimate kiss scene, not a shitty kiss scene, an intimate good kiss scene, which I would certainly like. So there's that. Other than that, what we have, the character can be dense at times. The same harem protagonist dilemma, where the main protagonist, the girls like him, and he's oblivious to it. Many a times the girls actually say it out loud, and he's still oblivious to it, which makes him like extra levels of dense. But it's not as bad as I said. Compared to the most shows where the main character is said to be dense, compared to those shows, the main character is not as dense as that in this one. I certainly enjoyed the show. Yeah, the denseness, unlike Infinite Stratos, did not kill the mood for me. Um, Other than that, what we got? Yeah, something else happened in the show is that the main character is in denial at times of sexual stuff. Like I can understand at one hand where he avoids sexual stuff straight up, right? Something sexual happens, like the girl wanting to have sex with him, and he just runs away and like tries to like dodge her and everything, tries his best to like avoid her, whatever. So that's one thing. But in this show, one of the things that is that certain locations the main character is not dense, but he's just like, you know what, I ain't about this. He's just denial. He's in denial of anything sexual happening. It's like something sexual is happening in front of you, and you're like, yeah, nothing sexual happening here. That sort of thing. I don't know why he does this. Like, there's this one scene where the main character is like ill. He has like he's sick, so he's in bed, right? So one of the girls named Anna, whatever her name was, I remember her name being Anna, short form, full form, whatever it was. Um, so Anna comes in. She's like tending to him. She's like, close your eyes and just lay down, and let me take care of you. So he closes his eyes. He lays down. She comes in, right? She closes up and she tries to kiss him while his eyes are closed, right? So when she gets real close, maybe her breath feels on his face or something. So he opens his eyes, right? He sees her almost trying to kiss him, right? And then she's like, he calls her out. He's like, were you trying to kiss me? Were you actually trying to kiss me? You got so close to my face. There's nothing else on my face happening right now. It's not a video game. You are definitely trying to kiss me. He says that out loud in front of her face. So obviously she gets up and just runs out of the room, right? And then I thought he was gonna get punched, so they didn't use the cliche. That was a good thing. But she just runs out of the room, and then something weird happens. He just, looks into oblivion, and then he says like, "Nah, she couldn't be possibly trying to kiss me." It's like, what? You were just so fucking confident about the fact that she was going to kiss you, and then she was going to kiss you. There's literally nothing other than that she could be doing, possibly, to near your face like that when your eyes are closed, especially, and you woke up to see her, trying to kiss you. Like, how are you denying that? He is literally denying something that's happening in front of you. It's like, a parent's child dies and they're like, no, he's still alive. That sort of, denial phase that they have. This is very, very similar. It's not like what trauma is he going through that he's just like in denial of anything sexual. It's not even like over the top sexual. Something like over the top sexual, like sex, he's just like, oh yeah, I know what sex is, but I'm gonna avoid it. In this situation, he's like, oh, kissing, and like, oh no, that doesn't happen. And just 1 second later, earlier he was saying like, oh, were you trying to kiss me? I was just like, ooh, that fucking pisses me off. That one scene was really annoying. Many a times he avoids sexual shit, and I'm just like, man, the show could have been 10 times better, but you just ruined it all. It's not like you can't have sex in anime shows. It's not like I'm telling you to, show penis and whatever, whatnot. You can just show some movement of bodies and shit. I'm not saying silhouettes. I'm talking like straight movements and shit. That were pretty good. So there's that. Personally, in this type of genre, the harem slice of life genre, it's not that much ecchi, so I'm not gonna even include the ecchi tag. The romance slice of life harem type of genre that this show is going for, I would give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not good either. So it's not like I'm going to be waiting for a season 2 or an OVA, but it's not like I wouldn't mind an OVA or a second season either. I would certainly watch it, and I would be looking forward to it as well. It's not like you have to watch it. Like Sword Art Online, I watched the first season, great. Second season, shitty, and the third season came out. I haven't even watched it because I just can't bring myself to watch it. But I'm going to watch it because I'm just hoping that it might be good, and also mainly because I just want to finish the series. They just keep coming out with shitty and more shitty stuff, so I don't know what to do. But I will give it a 5 out of 10 in this particular genre. So there's that. Thank you so much for watching. There's a link in the description, 2 links in the description to my Twitter channel, my Twitter account, and my Dtube channel where I play hentai games. So you could go there as well. As I said, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.